here's a little tool that I like to use, okay? So here we have an accountability tracker, and I'm looking at this agent's production, and it's week over week, right? So what this allows me to do is track this agent's production, and I like to do from Monday to Sunday because a lot of our agents, they work on the weekends, right? So I'll do July 31st, which is Monday, and I'm looking at the month of August. Okay, so the end date is August 6th, which is falls on a Sunday. This is for outbound lead types. And the reason I'm showing you guys this is because I do have a lot of dramatic transformations on my Instagram channel. And sometimes I get questions like, hey, are your numbers kind of skewed? Like, are you just picky and choosy with your numbers, or how are you getting such dramatic increases in closing percentages, right? So I'm going to show you guys exactly how. And every week they're going to go in and they're going to submit a form response. What's on the form response? Well, it's dials. If you're doing outbound, it's talk time. It's how many quotes you gave. It's how many applications you wrote. Okay. Now everything else happens on the back end that I'm going to show you. And what I'm going to do is I could literally filter through reps. I could literally filter through lead type and all that. And then it compares the previous week to the current week, right? So we can see this agent made 691 dials, right? And maybe you make like a little note if you go to coach them or something, right? Like week 1, right? And so their dials were, 691, all right? Talk time, 800. Okay. And then you got 19 quotes, right? And 4 applications out of the 19, right? Okay. And now what you're looking at here is you have some stats for outbound, right? Percentage over volume. So dials, we got about 3% of dials going. This is the dials, and then this is versus previous. So you have 3% of your dials that are going to quote. And then out of that, you have quotes to apps, right? So you have 21% of quotes turning into an application. That's honestly, that's kind of low for an outbound lead type, because this is based on contacted individuals, right? Or quoted. And that's kind of low, right? So let's take a look at the next week. So we're going to look at the next Monday, right? So the 7th through the 13th. Now on week 2, which is here, you have 370 dials, right? So that's lower, okay? You have 298 minutes talk time. That's lower. You have 7 quotes. You got 2 apps. So it's almost like this agent took a day or 2 off, right? Now you're probably wondering, okay, this information is great and all that, but how am I going to know what they're doing wrong or right? So we actually have in the form responses their wins and their challenges, which is going to allow me to be able to coach them in real time. And I do have other I do have other resources that I use to be able to coach these agents in real time. Okay, like a call grading tool, which is, I'll show you that at the end of this as well. Now, let's say we coach this agent up and they're making the dials now. They're incorporated in your training. You want to see if it's working, right? Is what I'm doing working or not? I don't know. You tell me. 580 dials versus 691, 370, right? Less than week 1, but definitely a lot better than week 2. Okay, 55% better than week 2. What about talk time? 989 minutes of talk time. More than both weeks. Okay, so they're keeping clients on the phone a little bit longer, but now what, right? You're keeping them on the phone longer, but are you getting to quotes, right? So the first week they had 19 quotes and 4 sales. The second week they had what is that? 8 or 7 quotes and 2 sales, right? The third week they got 14 quotes and 10 applications. That's 100% more quotes than last week and 8 more sales than the week before, or I'm sorry, 4 more than the first week, and 8 more sales. Yeah, I'm tripping. 8 more sales than the week before. So that's a 400% increase. Guys, in this week alone, if this agent paid $5,000 in coaching, 5,000. If they paid $5,000, this week alone, they would have already recouped their investment plus more. Okay, because our average sale is about 1,000. So that just goes to show you guys some of the numbers, right? The one thing I do want to show you guys is the call grading tool that I use to be able to help this agent increase their sales percentages and the amount of people that they talk to. And it's this. So personally, I go in and I listen to their calls. They send me their calls, okay? And I'll grade their calls based on, my own deal. Okay, I have my own little algorithm or formula, if you will, that I use that has, the intro, their tone, discovery, all this other criteria here that's going to give me a percentage on their score. And so they'll send me a call, about once a week, and I'll go over this and personally coach them through their challenges and, see exactly what it is that is. And guys, a lot of the time it's really not sales related challenges. It's more like getting clarity on their calendar and stuff like that, freeing up time and, instilling the right beliefs in their mind to be able to get past phone phobia and call reluctance, right? So some of these things are what are the key factors in a lot of my agent success that I coach. And you can do it too. There's people that I really didn't think would be able to get on the phone confidently. There's people that I thought would be better face-to-face. They're just coming from a face-to-face, door-to-door sales kind of background. And man, they shocked me. They really did. And if they can do it, I know you can do it. Okay. And I'm not going to say any ages or names, but you'd be surprised at how easy we're able to make this, how simple it is to do. And also you'll be surprised at the results that you'll get, or maybe not. Maybe you won't be surprised. I mean, it's common sense. Like some of this stuff I say is real common sense. And it's not that it's like any specific, thing that I say. You guys have the script training. You guys have the leads and, stuff like that. So